faith, family, fun. Join the hangout. CFH. Good morning, good morning, good morning to you and your loved ones. Welcome yet again to another amazing episode of the Catholic Family Hangout with the Lakas. We are right here on Radio Veritas on a Saturday morning, and you have stepped into the car or stepped into the house, whatever your situation may be, at the right time. My name is Thandolethu Madilane, aka your girl Madi, and we just listened to How Far Will I Go by Moana. Now, this is actually a very good song, and it speaks a lot to how far we've gone as a family and as a team. But, I literally just said it's the Catholic Family Hangout, meaning I'm never alone. Good morning, family. How are you?
Good morning.
How
Morning.
are you? How are you? How are you? How was your week? Like I need to know. I need a sentence. Nyana, how did this week treat you? I'll start with you, Khothatsa.
It was really okay, better than the previous week, considering
Yes.
that it was a bit warmer, if I can say.
Oh,
Mm, mm,
definitely,
mm.
yeah.
And on
Yeah,
your
my
Yeah.
week
side,
was
with me?
good.
Yeah.
My week was good. I wrote my last paper today, this week. As Hotato mentioned, it was a bit warmer. I hate winter. I'm sorry.
Mm,
I'm not the type of person that enjoys this cold weather. Oh no, 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 no. So it
yeah.
was a bit better, yeah. How was your week?
No, my week was actually a good like 8. I think it's one of the best weeks I've had thus far. I had by the grace of God, auditions that I could go to. I wrote my last paper this week as well, Boitumelo. But also I was able to go out. When your pen's down as a lady becomes going out for lunch, you know that, you've reached another level. You get me? But we're so excited to be with you guys this morning, especially because we have some news that we're dropping. And I'm not going to mention if they're good or bad, but remember that if you want to stay tuned to Radio Veritas, specifically listening to this show and many others, you can catch us on www.radioveritas.co.za or on DSTV channel 870. We're also on Spotify now. This is where you can also get our extended versions of the show and the discussions that we have, because you already know they're always so insightful. They need extra minutes. You get me? And then you can also catch us on Instagram just to stay tuned to what we're doing as um presenters, but you can also catch us on YouTube. This is also if you happen to miss our shows. I'm very excited for today's episode. I think there's a lot of self-reflection. So if I were you, I'd stay tuned. We'll listen to Ukubonga by Olimkwango, and we'll be back after this. And we are back right here on Radio Veritas. The good news for a change. You just tuned into the Catholic Family Hangout with the Lakas. We just listened to Ububonga by Oli Mwango. And remember that if you want to stay tuned to Radio Veritas, you can catch us on www.radioveritas.co.za or on DSTV channel 870, where you can catch the whole show. Everything, even on Spotify, the extended versions of the show are right there on Instagram and on TikTok. Now, I mentioned before the break that there are some news that we are dropping today. And I don't know why I'm skibwaka some sort of finesse, but for me, I think it's a bittersweet moment. I guess said like
Yeah.
to that extent. You understand? Like I'm not that sad, but I don't know if I should be the one to drop these news. I think it's only fair that the family actually does it. So I'll hand it over to you guys. Whoever ozizwa amandla ukuthi they can let the listeners know what exactly this show, specifically this show, means today.
Well, I can, I don't mind being the villain.
Yo.
But oh my guys, this is the last episode of season 5 of the Laka family.
Yep.
It's bittersweet. It's bittersweet. This is the last time you get to hear us all together. And this is the last time you get to hear our unique opinions on things. So I don't know. How do you feel about it, Kgothatso?
They always say that some good things have to come to an end eventually.
Yeah.
So
Ooh, I
what can I
felt
say?
that.
What can I say? Really, it's been lovely, really.
Mm.
But unfortunately, yeah.
Hmm. Yeah, guys, who heavy? Like you can sense go na le bo heaviness. I think yeah, man, Butumalo just put it in the best way that she could. The season is coming to season 5 of the show is
Yeah.
coming to an end. I think also saying that for me, like wow, we've reached so many bounds, like we've broken so many boundaries that we thought would never do. But I want to know what was the most unexpected thing that both of you got or learned from from this season specifically. You know, I'll start with you, Timelo.
The most unexpected thing I learned about being on the show. Um, I don't even have anything that is
Yeah,
unexpected. I think I expected to know how to articulate myself well. I expected the kind of things that I'd be doing. I guess it's just how I never thought that I'm a very religious person, but I never thought
yeah,
I'd actually speak about it, like hold
yeah,
thorough conversations on my religion and my faith with other
mm,
people. So I think I am now aware of my capability to conversate well about my faith. Because I
mm,
never thought I would have to do that. I always thought ke nna le Modimo wa ka. You understand?
yeah,
So I think that the one thing about the show is that I have learned to be able to articulate how I feel about certain things, and also learn from other people and see different point views.
yeah. Oh, deep. And then you, Khothatso, what's one thing that you it was unexpected that you learned or got from the show?
When it's you always have that thing that you always have this thing of I think I know actually enough about something.
Mm,
Um, with the many walks, with the different people I've met um in my life in the church basically, and
yeah.
what I've learned from them, I was always like, oh, I think this is where it actually ends. But then only to find out, no, there's actually more to it.
Mm,
Um, so it's that thing of learning is an ongoing thing. It doesn't
mm,
stop. So I'd always get shocked with some of the things that we'd hear from priests, more
yeah,
especially. With other things, just like we spoke about leadership last week, it wasn't really shocking because of we see these things and we are familiar with them. We see them, we know them,
yeah.
and yeah.
Mm. No, I hear you guys so much. I think for me, obviously, what was the most unexpected thing about being on this season of the show was by the grace of God, me being given the opportunity to host number one. I didn't think that would ever happen. I thought after the
Mm,
holiday program, Limna Gatoa, I get off the train just like all the other families. But being given this opportunity was absolutely amazing. And I think I love the fear that came with it. But I think it showed me that I know I've heard someone say, Ubuti, if something does not or stops scaring you, that means you've lost the love for it. So I think I was very nervous to be the leader that drives the ship. But I think with a family like the one I had this season, I was blessed with this season, it was actually quite doable. So it leads me to knowing that maybe how nervous were you the first time and what helped you push through? Because I I know for me, the one of the things that I was very nervous, but at the same time, because most of my, and I'm even speaking like with this show, because most of my fear just came from the fact that I felt like you guys were older, so maybe to a certain extent you'd intimidate me. That's where my fear mostly came from. But I think after I got over that, it was business as usual. Like I was very comfortable in the position that I was given to drive the ship. So I want to know from the both of you, um were they nerves and how did you push through them? And I'll start with you, Khutazo. And in terms of nerves, I think specifically for you, Khutazo, I want to know when you first began on Radio Veritas, because this is obviously um a journey you've been on for a while, but I want to know the nerves that came with you even being on radio to begin with.
It was a thing of uh, what did I ask myself? I was like, am I saying the right things?
Mm,
Did I remember to say what I wanted to say? What are people gonna say? Are people listening? Sure. Those were the thoughts that would run really, literally through my head. And I was like, wait, why am I the first person to speak? Why did I say that? Ugh, I
mm,
sound so horrible. Yeah. But um, those are the things. And I really thought I did bad. My first show, I was like, this is so bad. Um, but then what I got from other people, it was so, they were like, wow, actually, it makes sense. What you said made
mm,
sense. I understood everything you said. Now I wasn't sure if maybe they were lying to me, if maybe it was just to make me feel better or what. But a lot of people kept on posting, about that. And this was back in 2020.
mm,
Um, in May, I think. Yes, in May.
yeah.
So it was like, oh, okay. But then as time went on, I was like, okay, so you need to like always be, how can I put it? I don't know how to actually put it, but then I was taught that when you do something for the first time and you think you actually did bad, 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 you're actually
Yeah.
awesome. And I was like, oh, okay. It's the same thing that I actually encountered with my first time being an MC at an event. I thought I did bad, but people were actually great. Were happy with what happened, with how I did things and all that.
Mm,
But yeah, the nerves eventually they got away. They went off, and I got comfortable with radio. I wouldn't shake. The second time I would shake would be when I started now driving the show. The first time I
yeah.
drove the show alone, I was thrown under the bus. It was different. It was when um I would come to Radio Veritas during the holidays, and then after Mass, it happened that Tiso was still recording Holy Mass. Now, Holy Mass, the daily Holy Mass is over, and he needs to come and do his show, Tug of Love. But then now, Tato leaves me alone in the studio and is like, I taught you Musao to drive the show, so do the show, Mfethu, start the show. So I was like, yeah. Now I'm shaking. I'm like, wait, am I pressing the right buttons? Is this the right volume? Am I
Oh
playing the
my
right
gosh.
song? Understand? But then eventually I got over that as time went by. But yeah, I mean, it's normal to get scared and all that.
Mm.
But yeah,
Let's hear from you, Waitemela. How was your first time, and how nervous were you? Especially because the first recording we did in studio.
Hey, I was nervous. I was so nervous, and I came with Khutazo to Radio Veritas, and I was telling him in the car, I'm like, I'm super nervous. And the thing is, I love speaking. What if I say the wrong thing?
Ish.
What if I do something that is actually not allowed? I was so nervous, and he kept telling me to relax. He's like, no, relax, no, relax, just relax. And just be yourself, and you'll see, Jorge, it's not that bad. And I'm just like, oh, I don't know what's going to happen, but whatever's going to happen, it needs to happen properly. But I was
Yeah.
very nervous. I was super, super nervous. And I had obviously pushed people, please listen in and then tell us what you think. And after
Yeah.
I heard a lot of remarks from people from my church, and they said, "Wow, your guys' voices blend in so well together, and you guys
Mm.
have this chemistry that we can feel through the screens, and it's so beautiful. Your guys' voices are made for radio." And at that point, I was like, you know what? I'm happy that I was able to do it with these people, because then I could be myself, and I could just somehow, you know,
Ooze out
kekele
the
and
nervousness.
yes, yes, definitely,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, no shame. I hear the both of you guys. I think the nerves there, obviously they do come, and I think like Khutazo, learning how to drive, especially because I learned in front of you guys. It was a very 2 minutes lesson. I think we can all attest to that. There wasn't really a PowerPoint to me learning how to drive. But I think I want to know from you guys if you could go back and maybe re-record one episode, which one would it be and why? Yeah, I'll start with you, Wait.
I would definitely re-record one of the episodes with the youth members. I think
Mm,
it's so much more inclusive of having people our age who have something to say, and I think
yeah.
it gets people to actually listen in and see different perspectives of a young individual. So whichever one, I would definitely re-record one of the two, just to just to be like, have some sort of inclusion with everybody. And I feel when we are speaking as young people, it's easier for other young people to listen in and resonate. So yeah,
Mm.
definitely.
And you, Khotatso, which episode wouldn't you mind redoing again?
You see, when you ask this question now, I'm getting a sense of um, did we do the show badly or what? On what basis are you asking?
No, like it was too good. Like it was so insightful. There's a lot that you got from it that you wouldn't mind hearing. All those things that you heard again from maybe the guest that we had or the type of topic that we had on that specific day.
Okay. Definitely when we spoke about Mary and
Mm,
Father Father said that Mary is a steady disciple.
mm,
I'll never forget that. Really, like who would really think about who would say steady disciple out of the blue? But like, yeah, man, that would really be the show I would be willing to listen again or relive or whatever, re whatever.
yeah. And I think I want to give like my remarks to the both of you guys because I feel like there was a lot that um I feel like there was a lot that I learned from the both of you guys during this season. Obviously, the episode that I would maybe redo, yo, oh, that's a tough one because we've had a lot of really good episodes this season. But I think I would redo, yo, I'm conflicted, Shim. I no, it's fine. It's okay. It's fine. I think we just redo the whole season. But I think during this season there's a lot that I learned from the both of you guys and I think maybe when it comes to Boitumelo, I'm very inspired by how in all your nervousness during the season, you were able to step in and I don't know, I couldn't tell that you were nervous during the first episode. Like
Really?
while listening, if I was looking at your face, then I could tell that you're nervous. But if I was just listening to your voice, I don't think I could tell because you've got such a bubbly atmosphere. So I think everything that you said sounded like something you had already rehearsed or something that you already knew that you were going to say. But also remember the first episode, we were just speaking about ourselves and
Mm.
how we're doing in life. And I think it was also inspiring to see that we're able to speak about ourselves and the situations or the place that God has put us in as young people without shying away from it. So I think with you, I'm very inspired by the self confidence, the ability to hold space and conversation for other people even throughout the season. I think that is your biggest superpower right now in terms of radio, just your ability to hold space for other people. But in terms of Khotatso, I feel like you come with so much experience that it's like I don't it's easy to learn from you. You get me without me even asking any questions. So I think for one was very honored. I remember asking Luyanda about you when we had established this new team, and I'm like, so you say who's this guy? And then she mentions, no, I was with him on. Oh, so no, so he's done this before. Oh, like hey, I was a bit freaked out there, but I think it's very easy to learn from you and your different style, the way you do things. I do think that you should continue in radio, but I guess that is going to be your decision. Like, as in, go bigger places, you get me.
You
I
guys
really think you should.
lie. Why do you guys lie about me on air? Why do you lie?
You must continue.
Uh, well,
Oh,
God will decide on that.
I-
It's not my. It's not my cue.
okay, no, fair, fair. But on my side, I hope that you continue doing radio. There's something about you, man. I feel like you should continue, and I've learned a lot from you for sure. And I hope after the show, when we meet, Kadi what? I get to be how it's a thing. But we mustn't be strangers, please. Hey, these people, can we not be strangers?
Never, never, never.
Can we not be strangers? We need to remain. We called each other family once upon a time, so that means we cannot be strangers.
No,
We
we
just
get you.
cannot be strangers. But I think it's time that we wrap up the discussion that we have in studio. We're going to record the extended version that you can catch on Spotify. We'll be back after this. And we are back right here on Radio Veritas. The good news for a change is still tuned in to the Catholic Family Hangout with the Lakas. Oh, the fact that this is one of the few times that I'm going to be saying this for the last time is actually really scary. But we just listened to Goodness of God by CC Wines. And this was actually a song that was chosen by me. I think it speaks of all the goodness that God does in our lives. And this show is one of them because it allows us to speak of him more and be more intertwined in our faith and accountable for our faith. But because obviously this is the last show, this obviously means we do not have a chat with Father this time around. Instead, we have a discussion where we're reflecting on the whole season as a whole. This is the season finale of our season 5 show, and I think there's a lot that we've learned from one another. I want to know from you guys, is there a project, a dream that's calling you that you want to pursue in future? I think in the first episode we had spoken about what it is that we're doing in life and where we want to go, but I want to know what are the steps that we're taking to get there, because really throughout this season we've been speaking about our faith and everything faith based, but I want to know from you guys in terms of career wise, where are we going? What steps are we taking? Where are we needing God to intervene? I'll start with you, Wedumelo.
Oh, I pray that God disciplines me. Oh, I need so
Mm,
much discipline. And I need so much discipline in prayer as well. There is a Bible verse that I usually reflect on that says, commit your plans to the Lord and your plans will succeed. I think it's
Mm,
Proverbs something, Proverbs 16. And definitely, I think I need discipline in prayer because we can anticipate,
mm,
but we really sometimes God just says, hey, you want this and I want this, you know. So there are obviously a lot of things that I want to do. Obviously I
mm,
want to graduate. Um, I want to carry on with radio. Um,
mm,
yeah, but and there's so many other things as well. But I really want that kind of discipline in prayer. To be able to ukuthi noma sengithandaza and things don't go my way, I have this thought at the back of my mind that okay, because this didn't go your way, that means it's going God's way. So relax,
mm,
girl. Just hold on and just trust the process. So yeah, so obviously graduation, definitely radio, definitely music, choirs, yes. Yeah, man, I just want to expose myself a little bit more.
mm.
Um, yeah, like building a portfolio for myself, even in church as well. Um, yeah, I feel like kona ke qalang. This is only the beginning. So I'm very grateful for this season. I'm not going to lie.
Okay, period. Yeah. And you, Kutazo, if you have anything that you are praying about, or any project or anything that you're looking forward to career wise or school wise.
It- it's graduation really for now.
Mm,
Um, but obviously as time goes by, things obviously will come up. I remember I once posted something years back, so many years back, and I said that it was a code and it said edit your life frequently and ruthlessly. It's your masterpiece after all, right? So
mm,
everything will fall into place at some point. For now, there's nothing. Um, whatever God really brings, it's a thing of accepting, saying thank you, no matter how difficult it may be, no matter how easy it may be, because of remember that when you pray and you ask for strength, he can't just give it to you. You have to develop it yourself. All he does is give you challenges and be there with you and make sure that you actually get the strength that you are asking for. It's
mm,
like when something goes under the pressure of heat. It's like food. When food goes under the pressure of heat, it comes out really with people actually wanting it. Ba kgalla dijo. You can't, o ka se kgalle a raw steak, and never. It needs to go
mm,
under the pressure of steak of heat rather for gore o e kgalle and to be able to consume it and for it to be able to benefit you in one way or another to either satisfy you or to fulfill whatever nutrients you
mm,
need, you understand. So such is life as well, for you to be able to actually be be important in other people's lives or to change their lives in one way or another, you need to go through some challenges so that you can help them as well in their challenges of life. So, yeah, that's really that. So, there's nothing planned, but it's God, what's next?
So I wanna know, based on what you just said now, what or to what degree does um getting closer to graduation come with? Because I feel like now, I know you guys finished high school a minute ago. I don't wanna say long ago, make you sound that old, but I know now or rather in the institution that I'm in, we are very, or maybe it's because the institution that I'm in is really based in art. The whole reason why you're in the school is because there's a certain talent that you have that you want to grow, but obviously you still need to do your academics. We are very much told that this notion of graduating and getting a job afterwards it doesn't stick any longer. And we all know that, we all watch the news, we all understand what's happening with the economy, but I want to know what nervousness or what graduation getting closer, what fears it comes with, because it's not as simple as it was back in the day. And it's also I know for, let me say, class of 25, a lot of people want to go to varsity, obviously. However, not going, the shame of not going to varsity or not getting accepted to varsity is slowly, as the generations go on, I feel going away, because whether we live varsity or awaya, we are kind of, I don't want to say the same, but we are saturated into the market at the same time, like Ratwana. So I know you said you're looking forward to graduation. That's why I'm asking you this question. Are there any fears that you have leading up to that day? Because yes, you've worked so hard, but you're not guaranteed a spot or a secure place in society. And if you are aware of that, what things are you doing? I don't want to say on the side, but how are you trying to mitigate that problem that you may face?
They so for me, graduation is like um it's a reminder that okay, so you really like you went through whatever you went through for 3 whole years just for a
Mm,
moment for you to cross the stage, for a moment to actually have your name being called by the dean of your faculty or of your school, right? In front of a whole crowd of candidates who are to graduate with you, a whole crowd full of parents as well and friends too, in front of either the vice chancellor or the chancellor herself, right? Just for 3 years. I'm studying for three
mm,
years just to only have that moment. Um, and one thing about education is that it's not that you should actually apply things in the space of work, in the corporate side of things. When you meet people, now I'm talking based on what I'm studying, not on any other thing. You understand?
yeah. Mm,
As time as I've been here, the moments I've actually met people and you hear the things they talk about and you actually share the knowledge that you have. Um, Not having a job, man, that's why they say that when I got here, I remember that they always emphasize that getting a degree, it's not a one man job. You have to get it along with a community of people. You can't
yeah.
do this alone. And you won't survive alone. Basically, they're saying make connections, network, because of really this. You can't do anything without connections, really. Connections are nothing, are really something as compared to you just being alone and studying alone, and then you graduated, and then what? So what's after? Understand? People are now getting jobs through connections more than
Mm,
with
qualifications.
just the qualification because of, again, you need to remember they want experience. Where are you going to get experience? You get experience firstly through connections as you are still studying, your internships, and all these things. That's how you get experience and all that. In psychology, you need to have a master's for you to be able to now be called a psychologist. And you need to have a certain a number of years of experience, right? And how do you do that? Obviously, you go to internships, you, what else? You volunteer, things like that, you understand? Um, at some point, I mean, you will get something. It might not be what you want. For example, I know
Mm.
there's someone who did accounting. O graduate-ile, but as accountant, yes,
Ish.
only on a qualification, but as accountant, he's doing radio now, and yeah, you know, and again, it goes with skill and passion again. Don't only focus on education too much. Look into as well what's really giving you what are you passionate about? Are you passionate on, I don't know, being a model? I don't know,
Mm.
podcasting or content creating, which is something that's in the trends right now.
Mm.
So it's that kind of a thing.
Yeah.
I don't know if
And
I've
I
answered
wanna,
your question.
yeah. I wanna know from you too, Boitumelo. I know you're also in school and university, and one day you are indeed going to graduate and like I've just mentioned to Hotatsu, there are so many fear factors that come with that specific day and what it means afterwards. How are you trying to mitigate that problem before it's in your face firsthand, so that you know that you've graduated and there's something that I don't want to say something that you'll be doing afterwards. I think to also add on to this question, my father always mentions to me that obviously life is a bit difficult. The degrees that people study also the job market might be saturated, etc., etc. But he mentions that if you went to school and you leave school and you say that you can't get employed, that means education has not been done upon you, meaning ukuthi he's trying to say that once you go to school, you are equipped or you should get equipped or for yourself, even if your institution doesn't do it for you. Obviously, you got into this degree because you're interested in it. You should equip yourself with as much information as you can about that industry so that you start working on it even before you finish school, so that by the time you finish school, you are either already self-employed or you have a plan or you figured out a way to sustain yourself within this very career that you say you went to school for 3 4 or how many ever years to study. You should be able to sustain yourself with that. If not, then education has not been done unto you. So what are some fears that maybe you have, Boitumelo, and how are you trying already to mitigate them, seeing how the economy of South Africa is standing?
Hence, I said exposing myself more. I think
Mm,
that, like what you asked me before, I think it's better to expose myself a little bit more now, and just expand my portfolio in order for me to be able to be ready for literally anything. And I said, we plan, but God decides. So
mm,
definitely, I don't know. Re tla bona ko pele. This is life. Re tla bona ko pele, honestly. Hence I said discipline in prayer as well. So many things needs to come with, there's certain things that we need to equip ourselves for. And I plan to study law, but re tla
mm.
bona gore we hope that that's where it's going. You understand? So, hence I say we plan, but God decides. And when we are equipped with certain things, we are able to carry on with whatever that we need to do in the most proper way possible. So, we plan, but God decides. Ngiyobonakala phambili. I think Khothato said ukuthi we'll see. We'll see what God
Yeah.
has in store for us. Yeah,
Mm.
we'll see what God
And then
has in store for us.
lastly, I want to know from you guys, what do you hope the listeners remember about this season as it comes to a close? I'll start with you,
I
Khutazi.
Please repeat that again.
Oh, what do you hope that the listeners remember about this season as it comes to a close?
That's that's a difficult question because now as people, we have different. What appeals to me might not appeal to you.
Mm.
But all in all, just to put it in a nutshell, I just hope that they took um I hope they took the lessons that we kind of brought into the show, the season. Um Whatever lessons we came with from our different walks of life. Um I hope they actually remember and they put it into their heads that although life may be difficult, but then like guys, we can do this together. No man is an island.
Mm.
Um no man is really an island. You just need to do it not alone, but you need to do it with God, for God, and through God. That's all
Mm.
really. So
Yeah.
yeah, I hope that's the only thing I would like them to remember. You can do like anything is possible really through God, obviously. Not you don't have strength really, we want, but God has the strength and it comes from Him. Whatever you think you've achieved, it's because of God and you can do more really. You can through Him, for Him, and with Him.
Mm. And you, Dumelo?
I think I will do that in the reflection that we have next after the break.
Oh, okay, period. We're going to listen to Ukanya by Calvin Momo. This is Kotatsu's favorite choice, and we'll be back after this.
With the Lakas, we just listened to Hotato's favorite gospel song, Ukukhanya by Kelvin Momo. And you're either listening to us on Radio Veritas, www.radioveritas.co.za, or you are just streaming on the DSTV app channel, DSTV channel 870. We've just had a discussion, Yoguti. We are coming to the end of the season. And Tano, let you ask a question, Nyahore. What do I want people to take from the season? Um, that I think this whole discussion that we've had today was centered around how we started our journey in this season, for instance, and how we started to progress from that, um, what we have learned, and how we can encourage others to just expose themselves. So I think we have outlined everything, and we have given ourselves a this map. Uguti, we enter into something, we are
Yeah.
afraid, we are not okay, we are nervous, we are shaky. But Harigana, we meet wonderful people that tell us to come down, ease it, get down and relax, and you prosper. So I think what I have to say to everyone is that whatever you encounter in life, whatever you get into, it's necessary for you to be afraid. Very necessary.
Mm.
I think when you are afraid, that is when you actually you try to be the best that you can be. And
Yeah.
in trying to be the best that you can be, you actually excel more than you had ever anticipated. So I just want to say to everybody that the one thing that you're afraid of doing, do it. I was afraid of being on radio. I did it. The one thing you think that you're not good enough in, do it. The one
Mm.
thing that you have been planning, pray on it. Etsa, dula. Karibunu mo fatshe, or beya lengwele mo fatshe and
Mm.
pray about it. Um, I think Hotato mentioned everything is possible. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me.
Mm.
So whatever that you want to do, whatever that you want to expose yourself to, I'm saying go for it. I think that's the only thing I want people to take in from that. And with everything, take in the tools that we've discussed in the show. We've spoken about Mother Mary being a steady disciple. We've spoken about the youth in the church. We've spoken about saints who we look up to. Take all
Mm.
these tools and get into the darkness. And I promise you, you will see the end, or everything will start lightening up inside this dark tunnel that you find yourself into. But all I have to say is just get yourself out there and everything will definitely fall into place. I think I
Oh,
answered your question.
oh no, you did. For sure,
Okay.
you definitely did.
Okay. And what do you want people to take from this show, Tando?
Whew. Oh, okay. I think I would like people to take number one from the show that learning about your faith is your responsibility.
Hmm.
It is your baby. You cannot call yourself a Christian, a Catholic, mostly, and you're not able to be involved or be an asset in conversations that grow faith because we're now Bible, so you don't even know what we're talking about, or because when you don't seek to learn more about saints of the church, to learn more about the liturgy of the church, to learn more about mass and what it means. You can't call yourself a fully fledged Catholic if you are not seeking to learn more about your own faith. That is one of the cross. That is one of the few things that are on our cross that we have to carry outside of life on its own, is learning more about your faith. I think this show has called me to order 100%. Ukuthi, girl, you can't be and then you don't know. You get me? So I
Hmm.
think
Yeah.
that's one of the things that I would like people to take away from this, but also push boundaries, do whatever it is your heart desires. I think this show has definitely proven to me that I can and I will, and so I did. So I think, yeah, man, push boundaries, and yeah, you can become what I know, as cliche as it sounds, but you can really become whoever it is that you desire to become. So yeah, man,
Hmm. Hmm.
that's what I learned.
I think this is the part that we dread the most, where we
Yeah,
have to say goodbye. I don't know. I don't know how I feel, but oh well. As
it's
Khotata said,
better.
some good things need to come to an end. That's what he said at the beginning of the show.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
um. I'm trying to pull it to be longer. Okay, let me leave. And for the last time, officially on Radio Veritas, it's your girl Thandolwethu Matenane, aka your girl Mati.
And it's big
And
Suku.
It's Potato.
we will not see you next week. Goodbye.
Ooh, wait, you guys are so terrible at saying goodbye.
We've been trying the whole season. Kuranje, it's above. But it's okay.
Sorry. I don't like goodbyes, but bye everyone.
It's been lovely, guys. We do
No,
hope
dear.
that, yeah, unfortunately, if ever God wills, it happens again, well, we shall see.
We shall see. No?
However,
Until next
however,
time. Is that what you want us to say, Kotato? Until
Yes.
next time.
I said that. But thank you so much. We really, really would like to appreciate the time you've actually um, sacrificed, to listen to us every week without fail, to those who would
Yeah.
without fail. If it's your first time, well, you don't have timing at all. Why would you do that to
I'm not
yourself?
telling you.
Why would you do that? Why would you listen today? But anyway, it's great that you caught us leaving. But unfortunately, we have to love and leave you. Thank you so much for tuning in. And until then, God bless. Don't stress because you are way too blessed to be stressed. Remember that you are anointed by the higher one, and therefore you should maintain a life of a high standard. Till we meet again, bye bye.